One of my love languages is acts of service. So it's like if I come downstairs and the kitchen is clean and you've done it all and you've done all the dishes and you've closed all the pantry doors, you better be ready to get your docked. I mean, like, literally.
The firework, singer, and Lord of the Rings star are engaged to be married. However, as a pretty famous writer once said, the course of true love never did run smooth. Appearing on Alex Cooper's Call Her Daddy podcast, Perry explained the pair met at the Golden Globes, first getting talking after Bloom stole one of Ian and Out burgers from her table.
And we had met before then, but it really locked then. I actually I'd done a little spell before I went that night. I had wore pink, rose quartz. I had written down the things I was looking for in a partner under a full moon, burn it up, let it go into the ash, spread it everywhere, cleanse my crystals. But it came.
But it wasn't about Orlando.
And we manifested it.
However, Perry explains the pair weren't really in it from day one and split after a year together. While Bloom was ready for a relationship because he'd just done a huge time of celibacy and he had set intentions, Perry was fresh out of a relationship.
I was fresh out of a relationship and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I need to go into a swim in a different pond. But I had yet to do a lot of some real work.
Bloom had just been to a retreat which helps you rewire the way you think about yourself and bad habits, and when he returned, he wasn't playing that cat-mouse game anymore.
So he went there and then he came back and he wasn't playing this cat-mouse game anymore with me, and I was like, this is boring. I'm moving on. Because I was so used to this push-pull.
So Perry had a really tough year and then finally went to the retreat herself. Towards the end of that year, they were separated. She continued.
And then I got the tools and spoke the same language, and it changed my life. It saved my life. I would be dead without it. Really? I would not be on this planet without that process.
Why do you think
And
that?
meditation. Because the noise got so large. When Witness came out and things started to shift, and I thought I really loved myself and I thought I really had that center, but actually that core was all created from outside validation. Yep. Everything started changing, and then I went to this process and it changed my life. It just helped me rewire how I think about myself, and it helped me connect my head to my heart. That's even what this album is about.
The pair then got back together in 2018, got engaged the following year, and welcomed their daughter, Daisy Dove, in 2020. Earlier in the podcast, Perry added,
the more we do the work, the more we find the next level.
Yeah.
And sometimes we get stuck and we're like, okay, well, let's go into do the work. Yeah. And this is going to be annoying and I don't want to do it and we don't have the time and I'm tired.
But we're going to do it.
But we're going to do it. And then we find the next level. And that's why we're continuing in the relationship.
She also gave a rather X-rated confession about their love life, which certainly got fans talking. Perry gave some insight into her relationship with her fiancé, actor Orlando Bloom. Without naming him, she highlighted there was a very simple act that would put him in her good graces. And get your head out of the gutter, it's nothing like that. Well, it's sort of like that, but it's not what you're thinking. Perry said,
one of my love languages is acts of service. So it's if I come downstairs and the kitchen is clean and you've done it all and you've done all the dishes and you've closed all the pantry doors, you better be ready to get your docked. I mean, literally, that is my love language. I don't need a red Ferrari. I can buy a red Ferrari. Just do the dishes.
I'm obsessed.
I will suck your It's not easy.
Fans on Instagram couldn't believe the star's honesty and admitted she had won some of them over. I didn't like her. I might have just changed my mind. One person wrote, absolutely unhinged and I am beyond her for it, another wrote. As well as this, people's minds all went to the same place to what Bloom was doing while Perry was on the podcast. You better believe Orlando is scrubbing the entire kitchen right now, joked one person.